such great energy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that is? That's a nutrition facts label. I know what that is. I remember before that existed, because I'm that old. And I remember that people said we wouldn't understand this. You know that? They said that people weren't smart enough to understand nutrition facts labels. We shouldn't have them. They would confuse people. And my husband was hospitalized and that's his medical chart. It's over 2 inches wide. It's over 300 pages. And I read the entire medical record. I found that there's very few people who actually read medical records. And when I read it, I consolidated into a easy to understand visual in case maybe you don't read so well, and also a written chart that explains what's good and what's bad and what's the #1 things wrong with this patient. Because when a nurse just glances at your record, that's all they see, is what's the most important things. So then what I did is I made it 5 by 6 feet and put it in a delicatessen by the menu. And the day it was installed, which was May 30th, Peter Rorzag saw it. And that was the first mural on the Medical Advocacy Project. Then I began 73 Cents on June 23rd, which was 6 days after my husband had passed away from kidney cancer. And I felt that one of the best ways to get the message across to everyone I knew, everyone I didn't know, was to paint about it. That through paint advocacy, I could spread the word through the United States and maybe even the world about the problems that we were having within medicine. I had inspiration artists that I was working from. I used the vision of Guernica. I used Death of Marat. I thought about what amazing pieces of art touched your soul, made you change, make you want to stand up and say, I am not taking this anymore. I am going to make something different happen in this world. And so I thought of Diego Rivera, and I thought, we can make a giant mural. And not a mural that's pretty, and not a mural that makes people say, oh, isn't that nice? But a mural that makes people think and say, hey, that's not okay. I'm not going to stand up for that. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to walk by that every single day for the rest of my life, and I'm going to think that people are dying every day throughout the United States. At the same time I was painting, I was attending medical conferences, and I was attending religious services and everything, just trying to network with people. And I met Families USA, and they introduced me to Senator Reid. And I was allowed to speak at a press conference in front of several senators. I also was introduced to Michelle Obama through the same networking opportunity. One of the reasons I was so glad to hear about this event tonight, because I got to tell you, this is the way you get things done. You meet people, you talk about it, and you change the world. So that's what we did. Made an absolutely gigantic painting, put it right there on Connecticut Avenue, and guess what? It got picked up by everybody. I mean, BBC, CNN, Voice of America, NPR, German press, French press, Spanish press. That's just traditional media. Then there's Twitter. I learned how to tweet. And Facebook, and blog, and then all those blogs picked it up. And then it's even spreading out to more people. And these are people that know people, and they're good friends of each other. And then they're all outraged. And so the medical community became interested. And we got on the cover of the BMJ. And there are doctors who spend their entire life trying to get in the BMJ, and I got there in 2 months through art. So, that is 73 Cents, and I sure hope at some point you can go down to 5001 Connecticut Avenue and see it in person. But I didn't stop there. I went next down the street and said, we need more nurses, because guess what? We really, really do. And I just enrolled in UDC in the BSN program, because that's the next thing I'm going to attack. And it got cold. So I started working on jackets, and I was so excited to see you have a design in the back of your jacket, because people pay attention to that kind of thing. So I made Data Prisoner, which is basically medicine in the matrix, and this is how a patient feels when hospitalized. They feel imprisoned. So there's a really nice lady who wears this to medical conferences. Have you been to a medical conference? They're so uptight. And she wears these, and everybody gets talking, because now the patient's in the room. Now we're in the room, and we're there at the conference, and we're in their face. And that's how we're actually going to change things, because they can forget about us if we're not there. And so what I really want to tell you is I am a nobody. I was a retail sales clerk, a part-time art teacher, a mother of a special ed student, and a loving wife. That's all I was, a nobody. And my husband became dreadfully ill and was treated horribly. And I will change that. And I want everybody to remember, Odysseus was a nobody.